Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Diana and this is Diana Focus on Now. I'm super happy to be back. It's been a crazy couple of weeks slash almost a month now. And I wanted to touch base with you guys and see what's actually going to happen. But today we're going to talk about how to follow your intuition and how to you're always being guided by the divine if you believe in God or whatever you believe in. And that's what we're going to talk about today because a lot of things happen and I want to explain the whole thing. So, as you know, as my previous video was about how to quit your job. And that was a very, very, very scary situation and action that I take because when you are in a place in a situation that you're very comfortable in, you're comfortable because you don't want to be there, but you're still getting adjust and just adapting by, okay, I'm just gonna stay here because that's kind of why I was meant to be, or this is where I am right now, and I'm just gonna let it be kind of thing. That is the danger zone because you're getting comfortable where you are, and that is fine until a certain point that you always want to grow, want to expand. And what happened to me was that I was in a job that did like, and I'm still liking that job. But the thing was that the the environment of that job was very negative. There's always problems and problems, and we all gonna have problems at work, and that's fine. But there's certain things that did already bug me for a very long time, and I was like, I actually was talking to my mentor, and she was like, I was telling her like I was feeling like I'm hitting like my head until this roof, and I was trying to expand in that company. I was trying to do all those things, but I keep hitting this wall, and I couldn't expand. And I was like, why can I not expand? Like I know I'm capable of expanding. I know I'm capable of more, but I'm keep bumping into this roof, into this wall. And let me know if you feel this way because I totally relate to all of those things. Let me know in the comments down below. I can read you guys. But I really was just stuck and I was just like, I know I can do much better. I know I can expand, but it's not expanding. I'm not seeing everything and I'm just living day to day, just surviving mode. And that's not the life that I want. And that's not the life that I vision myself in. So how can I jump into the next step? And I journaled, I did all those things, and I obviously was mentored. And I was like, I was actually having this wanted to quit for a couple of months now, but I was like, oh, maybe it's not the right time. Oh, because this is the projects that I have, I want to take care of them first, whatever it might be. And I was just like, it got to a really point that I was just like, I need to quit like tomorrow. And it was Thursday, and there's a big thing that happened. I explained to that in the previous video, so I'm not gonna get into detail. Thursday, a big event happened. I was like, I am done. I am not gonna waste any more of my time because it's also my time and your precious time in this job that if you're working on a job, it's actually your precious time. So it's a lot of time at the day that you're doing. And that I had this nudge to say like, this is not it. This is not it. Going back to the intuition, I was just like looking for answers. I was just like, okay, God, universe, guide me for these answers and help me guide me with the right path. Is it just to be here and maybe there's another job that pops up, or what is it? Just be me guided. And I listened for a couple of weeks. So when you ask for guidance, first of all, you need to be patient, and there's very little like nudges and things that you're gonna see that I'm gonna explain on another part of this video. But I saw those little nudges to say like, maybe that is the part. Maybe that is what you should do. And that's how I did this quitting my job, okay? So going back to that, that was kind of like the first nudges that I had. It's like, I had this feeling, I had this nudge feeling that I didn't belong there, and I didn't feel like it was like combining or like conjunctioning or whatever you want to call it, you know. And I was like, there's something more that I can do. I know I can do much better. So throwing that out the universe, and then the universe actually did respond. So that's what I'm telling you guys here. I quit. I was actually very nervous, you know, the whole shebang. I'm gonna leave you to see the other video. Um, but what happened is that when I quit, you know, I've actually felt very nervous. That's what I did the video on. But now that I did quit this job, I had this kind of like feeling that I was still like, you know, in the job still, because you still have that negative environment, so you want to detox that. So I give myself like a week to just detox and like actually figure out what I really wanted. And I journaled like, what do I really want? My best imagined job that I could attract and technically manifest. Okay, so that's what I did this the week-ish. I just journal, try to detox, try to not think about work, and just think about what I really want my next step. Obviously, I was very scared, very anxious, and I was just letting kind of like divine timing fall into place. Okay, so if you, like I said before, feeling stuck into a place, you know you can do better, but not sure what is the next step, take scary action. My scary action was actually quitting my safe job that it was not even safe anymore because they were quitting, you know, a lot of things. But that was the scary action. Then like I said, I had a week to just detox, trying to ground myself a little bit more. What do I actually want? Do I actually want to be, you know, an architect, or do you want to be a call center, or do you want to be doing this, or want to move somewhere else? What do I want? Okay. And that's kind of what I journaled and what I did that week. And that was very helpful. I have a lot of um mental um tools per se here in this channel. If you want to check that out, you can just check that out. But that's kind of how I got it there. Funny thing is that I want to tell you story time, because this is kind of like the place that I wanted to show you how actually I took the scary action and I showed the universe like, yeah, I'm not eating more shit, and I do not deserve a job that treats me like that. So I'm gonna move on. And that's what I did, okay? So um the things that fall into place, that I quit my job. That was my first thing. It was super scary. Like I said, I had those nudges. But then afterwards, I got this call and I got this text saying like, "Hey Diana, we're looking for designers in our company, want to grow something better. I know we've talked a lot, a little bit." He was one of our providers, and I was like, "Whoa, what?" And I was like, I am interested, because I was actually looking for jobs at that time when I was still in the past job that I had, and I was looking for jobs. So what I did, I was like, yeah, let's take a quick interview by phone. And I like did a quick interview, and I was like, okay, great. This is what I'm asking. And he said like, oh, it's all a bit too much, whatever. And I was like, okay, that we can like figure out a negotiation or something. And we left it like that. Like a couple of days later, he's like, "Oh, Diana, you're very interested. We want to take a formal interview." And when I had that interview, I actually already quit my job. But just to clarify, I didn't quit because I already had something. I quit because I already wanted to quit. Okay. And that's the big difference between quitting. I was like, oh, I already have a potential job that I could go to, and I quit. I actually quit not knowing that I had another job. And that was the risk I wanted to take because that's kind of what I felt. I was like, I am done getting being in this environment that I don't want to be in, and I wanted to go to the next level. Okay. So that's what happened. What happened was that this person, this company comes in contact with me, then I quit my job. Then the company got me like, yeah, okay, let's do an interview. We got into an interview. Um, he really liked me and everything like that. And I was like, okay, great. And then I was just like, okay, this is the job that I'm gonna have. But then I was doing my mentorship. She told me like, okay, this could be a job that you could be applying for, and that's technically not a secure job because you haven't signed the legal documents or everything like that. So actually knowing that that was not the only job and I was still looking for other jobs. So, one tip here that I wanted to say was that when I got this job from the divine, literally out of nowhere, I didn't even contact them or anything like that. He actually did contact me directly. Um, that was an amazing thing that happened, but I was also not just focusing on that, saying, okay, I already got 2 interviews, they like me, I'm gonna just sit down and relax. What I did was actually still applying for other jobs, still doing those things, and letting what happened happen. And that is the divine timing that I wanted to tell you, and how actually things fall into place, because I was still applying for jobs. I was not trusting that that's going to be my job and that's it. I'm not going to do anything else. I was still applying for jobs. I was still doing those things. And that is the point that you want to be when you're manifesting. And that happened to me before. And it's the point that it's kind of like the manifestation is kind of like you ordered on Amazon this green jacket, but you order it, but you don't know when is it gonna come. So, like I said, I wanted another job. I wanted this, like I said, that phase of me manifesting, telling the universe I want this, then waiting for the universe to respond to me back, saying like, okay, Diana, this is kind of like the options that we're gonna give you, and not grabbing the first option that the universe tells you is like, oh, it's this and it is this and period, and I don't care about anything else. But it's like, oh, it's there's this thing that came to the universe, that came to me. Oh, and I'm still looking for other things, not ignoring it, but accepting it as one option, but still looking for other options. Then seeing and waiting. Waiting is a key part here. Waiting for the universe to tell you, like, "Ooh, maybe this is actually the right one." I did wait for like a week and a half more, waiting for what other companies, what other jobs were kind of like in that same connection, and just waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait, gonna do my manifestation, going to journal, going for walks, detoxing, doing like the things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do because I was working, and all the errands and stuff like that. But what I did, like I said, was releasing. I was like, okay, whatever universe or God sends me that way, I will accept it. And I released it, and I said, okay, whatever comes, comes. And that's how things fall into place. Because what happened was 3 days later, the guy said, let's do on another interview because we're doing the final, like, kind of like entry exams kind of thing for this job. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, I don't have any problems. So I did the thing. And they're like, when can you start? And I was like, honestly, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday or something like that. It's early in the week. And I was like, I want to take a break off too from work because it's still a little bit soon and I wanted to just breathe. Like I said, take your time and it's fine. So I told them the next week and they're like, that's totally fine, perfect. That it makes more sense for us to do it that way. And I was like, oh, perfect, you know? So it's giving me my time to cool down from the other job, but it's me also giving myself time to just be present, be in the moment, and be like, okay, I'm done with this job, closing that chapter and actually letting that new chapter open. Okay. And I feel like that is very important. I also wanted to mention here was that you need to give yourself space and time and presence to go through all those things that I got through this couple like 3 weeks. Um so yeah, good drink of water. So yeah. So that's what happened. I got that job and I was like, okay, perfect. It is this job because I was still applying, like I said, I was still applying for other jobs and still doing those things. But that's kind of like how it kind of fell into place. And I was like, oh, okay, it is this job that I kind of manifested. And it is the terms that I kind of wanted to manifest. And I did manifest it. So I was like, oh, okay, so it is this job that I kind of manifested out of nowhere, right? So that's how the things fall into place, okay? And also, this is kind of like another reminder of being in divine timing and knowing that the universe, if you want, like, for example, a job, this is kind of like the job theme right now, but this can be if you want a car, if you want an apartment, if you want $1 million, whatever it might be. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be today, but it's gonna happen either or. It's gonna happen, and knowing that it's gonna happen no matter what, that is very key in order to manifest whatever you want. Holding that belief that you're gonna manifest that no matter what happens, that is super, super key. Okay. And going back to that part, but also giving you guys the tools of divine timing and trusting the universe, trusting God that is always guiding you, is what always telling you, oh, maybe you should do something else. Maybe you should do something else, you know. And also when you're doing this, it comes to back to numerology, the number signs like 111, 222, all those things. I notice those things, but I also notice, for example, there's a lot of flies when I am very negative. I'm with a lot of flies, and that's a bad sign for me. So I should detox my environment, my inner world. And that's kind of like those nudges, those things that you kind of know already. But those are the things that I literally just Googled, like, why am I surrounded by noticing a lot of flies lately? And then Google was like, oh, okay, it's this, you know. And also asking your mentor, also asking like spiritual people those questions too, because Google might have like a few other answers, but it's the answer that really just pops into you and resonates with you a little bit more than just what Google says. Okay, if that makes sense. I might do another video about like science about the universe or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna write it down. Science the of the universe. Okay, that'll be a cool one. Um, but just like those signs, and that's kind of like how you know you're being guided, but that's how you also know you're being in the correct path that the universe wants you to have. That's it for now. I've been talking a lot. That's technically what happened. I got this job. I now am in a new job. It's been 3 weeks now in this job. It's been a very like starting from scratch, and you know, going back to starting from scratch is part of being humble and being like, I was here and now I'm here. but I know I'm going back to what I was, but I'm structuring myself even more tools, more things that I can learn and absorb to be not even here that I was before, but much better than I was before. Okay. So, as also giving you a sign of being humble with yourself and trusting that you're okay. You know, it's part of life. Starting a new chapter is scary, but it's also leaving the new chapter is scary. So that's all I wanted to tell you. A lot of things. That's why I wanted to maybe explain a little bit more, but that's how you follow your intuition and how you're always being guided. If you have any questions or want to tell me like, hey Diana, this happened to me, what does that mean? I can totally help you out too. Like I said, I'm not an expert yet, but helping you guys as I'm going through my own journey. And that's how we got into the real talk, because it's kind of like those are the lessons that I've learned this couple of weeks now. And that's why I wanted to show you guys how I handle those things and how can you learn from those things too. So I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. Always grab a pen and paper. If you need anything else, let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a like and go subscribe if you want more videos. We normally do Mondays or Tuesdays upload a video. I'm trying to be consistent. Like I said, a lot of things happened this couple of weeks, so I'm just giving myself like finally some grounding time. Super happy that you're here and watching my channel. Super grateful. And I hope to see you on the next video. Let me know what other videos you want to have. Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you on my next video. Bye!